Cartesian plane, we are simply talking about we're talking about vertical and horizontal axis. So on a Cartesian plane, we have the vertical axis. Vertical runs from top to bottom. Okay.
Okay.
Then we also have the horizontal axis. Horizontal axis. So, and horizontal axis run from left to right. Okay. So, what are these axes I'm talking about? They are simply number lines. Okay.
Okay.
Number lines. And on your number line, there is a point for zero. Okay.
Okay.
Which might be at the middle, which might not be at the middle. If it will not be at the middle, that means it might be towards the right or towards the left, depending on how many negatives and positives we have. Okay.
Okay.
So if the negatives and positive are the same, we can put it at the middle so that equal space at the bottom for negative on the vertical, then equal space at the top for positive. Then for the horizontal, please look at this equal space at the left for negative and equal, let me put it on that so equal space at the right also for positive. But if these are just lines, we have to put arrow on at the end to show the direction. Okay.
Okay.
So direction from where? Direction from the origin. Okay.
Okay.
So this one goes up from the origin. From the origin. While this one goes direction down from the origin, downward direction from the origin. And this other horizontal goes left from the origin. And this goes right from the origin.
Right.
So the direction must be shown on the lines. Now we will have to join these two lines together to form a Cartesian plane. Okay.
Okay.
So if I am to join this together, I'm just going to bring it to somewhere at the center like this. Now, if I want to do that, I've talked about. So before I even join them together, so note that these are positive numbers, okay? So ranging from maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 5, 10, 15, 20, or anything that our values uh, are, okay? And the
Okay.
bottom side will be a negative, another negative, another negative. Might be 1, 2, 3, might be 2, 4, 6, it might be zero point 0.1, zero point 0.2, based on whatever values um, we have. Okay.
Okay.
The same thing goes for this one. This is going to be towards the left, 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 and so on, depending on. And this one on the right also positive, but we don't even need to draw the positive, just write a number. So whatever numbers we have is, but the only thing is that we should try as much as possible that we maintain equal distances between the markings. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. So this is positive. This is positive axis, and this is negative axis. So if you want to mention them together, you can talk about Under Cartesian plane, we have positive and negative axis.
Okay.
Positive and negative axis. Axis now ES instead of IS, but when it's singular, it's IS. Okay, having said that, we name this axis X and Y axis. X axis is the horizontal, okay?
Okay.
That is X axis. While the Y axis is the vertical. That is Y axis. So if Y has a negative value, Y is going down. That's negative Y axis. If Y has a positive value, that is positive Y axis. If X has a negative value, this is negative X axis. And if X has a positive value, that's towards the right, this positive X axis. Okay, having said that, I'll still give you time to jot that down. But having said that, let us now try to draw a Cartesian plane. So vertical, this is a vertical line, and that is my y-axis.
Yes.
Horizontal, this is an horizontal line, this is my x-axis. So it could be here if the negative values of y are just, if there's no negative value, we can even place it here. It doesn't matter. So our origin will be at the bottom. Or if all the y values are negative, then we can move it to the top so that our origin will be where they meet. Okay.
Okay.
Now, but if y and x values are equal number, we can put it at the middle. Maybe y goes up to negative 8 and y goes up to negative 8 and positive 8. If it goes up to those ones, then we can move it at the center so that we can have equal space at the top and at the bottom. Exactly.
Yes.
So, in a nutshell, it is the values of y that determine where to place our x-axis. You can see its x-axis are moving up and down, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. The same thing, if I already have my x-axis, and I want to position my y-axis, if x have the same number of negative and positive, then I put my y-axis at the middle. Okay. But if there are more negatives on the x, then I shift to the right because I don't need as much as positive as negative. But if there are lesser negatives, I can move it to the left, depending so that there could be enough space for the positive. So, but averagely, let me just say we have this and this as for our Cartesian plane. So this is positive y axis. This is positive x axis, while this is the first quadrant. Okay,
Okay.
then this is negative x axis, negative x axis, and this is the second quadrant. While the other one, we have a negative y axis, negative y axis, and this is the third quadrant, while this is the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant. This is clear to you, right?
Yes.
And our origin is where the two axes meet. They could give you another term and say abscissa and ordinate. Well, it is still referring to x-axis and y-axis. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if x is 5, it means that x is not negative. They might not put positive 5, okay? So that
Okay.
means wherever the marking is, one, two, three, four, five, maybe this is where x will be, okay? And x
Okay.
will only be on the line if y has no value, like maybe y is 0. So this is for x, this is for y, okay?
Okay.
So if x is 5 and maybe y is 0. So, but if y changes value, let's say x remains 5 and y becomes 1, then the point cannot be on this line again. The point is going to jump up on the y because you have to count up on the axis of y, okay?
Okay.
So then you can trace it to meet the 5. So this would be that value. So this value is this point, okay?
Okay.
But the first value, 5 comma 0, is the point yellow. Now, let us look for another one. Maybe x remains 5 and y goes to 8, okay?
Okay.
We will, instead of counting only one, we count the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, okay? So instead of the point being
Mm.
anywhere close to x-axis, it's not more close to x-axis, it's away from the x-axis. So it's going to be, but it's still at the point of that 5, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so this would be that particular point there. So if we name the point A, this would be point A, okay? 5 comma 0.
Okay.
If we name the point B, this will be point B. And if we name this point C, this will be point C. Okay, what if x remains the 5? Let me use that color now. If x remains 5 and y is now negative 3, okay?
Okay.
That means we're counting y downward, not upward. So one, two, three. So it's going to be here in the fourth quadrant, okay?
Okay.
Directly under that 5 because x is still 5, x did not change. So if that place is point D on the graph, then these are the coordinates of point D. So all these values are called coordinates, okay?
Okay.
Coordinates. So when they say find the coordinates of a particular point, they're trying to say find the x and y values, which could be positive, positive, it could be positive, negative, it could be negative, negative, and it could. So let us assume we have another point to locate. Like we have x now, maybe they say x is minus 2 and y is 0. Okay. So for x minus 2, let me use another color. Hold on. There is.
Okay.
So, having said this, having located all of these points, okay, we wanted to locate this last point, which is okay. We've located 5. I was talking about a point that let's assume that x is minus 2, okay, and y is 0. Let that be point E. So, is you know that on x from origin, okay, I'm just going to go minus 2. That is negative 2. I mean, 2 steps to the left, okay? Then on
Okay.
y, I'm not going anywhere because it's 0. So that's why that point must be on the axis. And I will label it as point D. So if I ask you for the coordinates of point D, that's minus 2, comma 0. And finally, on that one, before we move to another stuff, if we have point like minus 3, comma minus 3, so this means maybe this is point F. This means that x goes minus 3, that is 1 again from the origin here. Then y also goes minus 3. We already have minus 3 here, so it's on this particular place. So from x down, from y outward there. So the point is going to be point F, rather this one is point E. So this is point F. Okay, having said all this, Cartesian plane are of different types. We could have this first one that they will plot graphs on it and ask us to interpret. Can you see this?
Yes.
So the main thing is that on it, you can represent your values, you can represent your x and y numbers, number lines that intercept at whatever place is going to be the origin. This is another one. And also, we can have something like this one. Let me show you this one. So, see, so this one, you can see this, right? So this one
Yes.
has smaller holes. I mean, smaller gradings, smaller, like tiny, tiny. So in each of the squares, we have 5 portions. So that means if you want to represent, if each one is for 1 unit, like maybe each one is for like 1 unit, maybe if this is my origin, then my y-axis goes, from top to the bottom, and my x-axis goes, like from this place. You can see this line, right?
Yes.
So it goes something like this. So if I want to represent values, maybe this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5, like 1 centimeter for 1 unit to the right, and also to the left, negative and negative and negative, like that. So if I want to represent zero point 0.5, each of the smaller boxes represents zero point 0.2, okay? 0.2, 0.4. So
Uh,
zero point 0.5 will be at the middle of zero point 0.4 and zero point 0.6, okay? And if I want
uh,
to represent 5.8, I'll just count for 1, 2, 3, 4. So this portion here will be 5.8, okay? Before the sixth one.
uh,
Okay, so, and the same thing goes for the other one. So that is just that about that. Then let me now bring some of the questions you sent for us to work on finding um, coordinates. Finding coordinates. Let's see. Wait. Okay. So this first one says state the missing number for the coordinates of the points A to H. Okay. So for A, we already have X. We're looking for Y. So X is on 3, then Y is also on 3. If you count from 1, 2, 3, before you meet the point, 1 from 1, 2, 3 rising before you made a point. So it's at 3, comma 3 because on y-axis is on the third one and on x-axis is on the third one. That is where they meet and that is the point. So this is 3. And for B, where is B? B is at the bottom here, okay?
okay.
And this is the point we are locating. So on x-axis, it's still on 3 because if you trace that point to the axis, it's on the number 3. So 3 is there. And on y-axis, it's on -1 if you trace it to the axis, okay?
Okay.
Then where is point C? You look for point C. Oh, A, B. Okay, C. Am I? Oh, sorry. I wrote this one on. So this is -1, okay? So this is point C.
Okay.
Point C is on 1 because if you trace that given point to the x-axis, this is x-axis. So if you trace it to the x-axis, it meets the axis on number 1. That's why there's 1 there. But for y-axis, from if you trace it, that's on number 2. Okay, so
Okay.
that's -2 because it's below the origin. It's at the bottom. Then where's point D? Point D is here. So if you notice that only y value was given, no x value, and that's what we're looking for. So just look at the point and trace it to the y-axis. Does it move right or left? No. Okay,
Okay.
so that's why it's 0. But on y-axis, from origin, that point is on -4. Okay,
Okay.
good. Then point E. Look at point E here. We don't have x, but we have y. Y has been stated to be -1. So that means from that point to y-axis is a negative number. Is that clear?
Yes.
And if you trace it up to the x-axis, that is -2. And that's in the third quadrant. Then point F is here. We already have a value for x, meaning that if you trace it out, the point is on -3 on x-axis. So where does it fall on y? Does it go up or down? It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down, it's on the line, yes or no? And
Yes.
that's why the y value will be 0. Okay.
Okay.
Then for point G, which is here, we're looking for x. Y has been given to be 3. So if you trace that point to the axis, you have 3. So on x-axis, that's going to be -3 if you trace it down. Is that clear?
Yes.
And the last one, point H. We want to find it's on this axis. That's the point being identified. So the value of y has been given that it's on number 2, which is obviously true. But what about x? X, it doesn't go right, it doesn't go left, so we can't trace it down to anywhere on x. So that is on 0, okay?
Okay.
So that's comma 0. So you're gonna, before you put this down, let's look at the second and the third one that you sent, so that after looking at everything, I'll probably send them to you if Israel is available. Then I'll just give you what to try as homework. Now, let's
Okay.
see. State the coordinates of A to M. Okay. A, X, and Y. Okay. So for A,
Okay.
if you trace it to X axis, it's on 1. Okay. And
Yes.
if you trace it to Y axis, it's also on 1. So that is 1 comma 1. For B, B is lying on the axis for X. That is 0. Okay.
Okay.
That is 0 comma, I mean 0. That 0 is for Y because it doesn't go up and down. So that's, but it's on point 0.5, yes or no? So
Yes.
that is 5 comma 0. Because if it goes up, then we trace it and pick the number. Or if it goes down, if it's here, then we trace it and pick the number. But because it's on the axis, that's why it doesn't go up, it doesn't come down. That means it's at the origin for the it's at the origin level on the y-axis. It doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. So that's why this is 0. But because it's on 5, directly on the fifth point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's why this is 5. Then for C, now C is not on any of the axes. So you can trace it down to X and that gives you 3, right? And you trace it to Y, that gives you 4. Are you looking at this?
Yes.
Okay. Then for point D is lying on y-axis. That means it does not go right for x, not left for x. So x is 0. Then on the y-axis on number 4, so that means 0, comma 4. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So for point E, we have, where's point E? Point E is here. So you can trace it down to x to get a negative 1. So this is negative 1. And on y-axis, if you trace it, that is 2. So negative 1, comma 2. Then for F, point F, where's point F? It's here. So what do you think for x-axis is? Negative 3, right?
Um,
What do you think for
negative 3, 3,
y-axis? 3.
3.
Good. Then for point G, what are the coordinates?
Negative 5, 1.
Okay, negative 5, comma 1. For point H, what are the coordinates?
Negative 3, 0.
Negative 3, comma 0. Then for point I, what are the coordinates?
Negative 4, negative 2.
Yeah, negative 4, negative 2. For point J, what are the coordinates now?
Negative 2, negative 5.
Negative 2, negative 5, because it's negative 2 here, it's negative 5 here, okay? For point K, what are the coordinates?
0, negative 3.
0 and negative 3. For point L, what are the coordinates?
2, negative 3.
2 and negative 3. And for point M, what are the coordinates?
5, negative 5.
5 and negative 5. Okay, so, and the third one, see the third one, it says, okay, let's see what you get on the third one. It said, state the missing parts to complete these sentences. The coordinates of the origin are what?
0, 0, 0.
0, comma 0. That's correct.
Yes.
So the vertical axis is called what?
Y axis.
Y axis. The quadrant that has positive coordinates for both x and y is the what quadrant?
First, second, no, first.
First. First quadrant.
Yes.
Then the quadrant that has negative coordinates for both x and y axis is what?
Third. What?
Third quadrant, right?
Yes.
Okay. The point negative 2, comma 3 is in which quadrant? Wait, wait. It's asking for x coordinate, okay?
Okay.
So the x coordinate is this, and this one for y coordinate. But can you state their quadrants?
What?
Yeah. What's the quadrant for minus 2, comma 3?
Mm. It's
That is the
second.
second.
Mm.
Yeah, is the second quadrant. What about 1, comma minus 5?
Fourth.
Fourth quadrant. Okay. State the missing number for the coordinates of the points Okay, I think that was the one we did above,
Did
right?
first. Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to send you um, the notes, and I'm also going to send you the assignment, so that will be that about the Cartesian plane, so that you can do your assignment against tomorrow. Okay. First to the question, what's your answer for number one?
98.
98, right?
Yeah.
98 what? Is it 98% or something?
98%.
Okay. What about number two?
Uh, number two, 70.
70 what?
70 uh, percent.
Okay. So 70%. What about number three?
65%.
65%, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at it and let's see if the units are correctly stated or not. For the first one, it said Emma scores 72 marks out of 80 marks in her English exam. Wow, that's a very good one. 72. You only miss 8, okay?
Okay.
And 8 out of 80 that was missed. If I say 8 out of 80, 8 out of 80, that is 1 over 10, right?
Yeah.
That means she missed 1 over 10 and she got 9 over 10. Yes or no?
Yes.
So if she got 9 over 10, then she has 90%. But let's calculate it out, okay?
Okay.
So let's see. Just gonna try and see how to do this. So the instruction says convert our marks into percentage. That is, what percent of 80 is 72? And that's 90%. So solution to number one, what percent of 80 equal to 72? Okay.
Okay.
This means x over 100 times 80, okay?
Okay.
Times 80 is 72. And here we can cut out this zero at the top and the bottom, two zeros cut two zero. So then we can also reduce the value of this 8 and 10. 10 divided by 2 gives 5, 8 divided by 2 gives 4. So we have 4 and x at the top. This is 4x, then over 5 equal to 72. So what we can do next to find that x, because that is what we're looking for, we cross multiply. We do what?
Cross multiply.
1 times 4x is 4x, and 5 times 72, that is 72 times 5. I might not bother to multiply because I'm looking for x. Just divide both sides by 4 so that x can be alone. Okay?
Okay.
So 4 cancel 4 on the left, x is alone. So I can reduce this by 4. How many 4 is here? 1. How many 4 in 72? 4 in 7 is 1, remainder 3. 4 in 32 is 8, that is 18. So the final answer is 18 times 5. And what is 18 times 5? That would be 90 because
Uh,
10 times 5 is 50, 8 times 5 is 40. 50 plus 40 is what? 90. So that is 90%. Is that clear?
yeah.
Then number two, question two, it said Mason was able to sell 35% of his vegetables before noon. If Mason had 200 kilograms of vegetable in the morning, how many grams of vegetable was he able to sell? To sell by noon, not to see by noon. It should be sell. Okay.
Okay.
Now, was how many kilogram or how many grams rather, not kilogram. He said how many grams. Okay.
Okay.
Take note of the term gram and take note of the term kilogram. So you're going to be needing them. Okay, out of 200, 35%. has been sold. So that means we have to find 35% that was sold, okay?
Okay.
35% of 200. And what do we do? Two zeros are at the top, two zeros are at the bottom, cancel. Then 35 times 2, that is 70, okay?
Okay.
That is 70 kilogram that has been sold. 70 kilogram because 35% of 200 kilograms is 70 kilograms. But it says grams. How do you convert from kilogram to grams? So from kilo, kilo means 1,000, okay, to
Okay.
grams. You're going to multiply by 1,000. So that means we have 70 kilogram equals to 70 times 1,000 grams. And this is going to be 70,000 grams. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the third question. Let's look at the third one. So we have this one. Alexander was able to cover 25% of 150-kilometer journey in the morning. What percent of the journey is still left to be covered? That's just simple. Let me check your answer again. 65%. And that should be correct. Or I shouldn't be correct. Why? You didn't do your subtraction very well, okay?
Okay.
So out of 100%, covered 25%, okay?
Okay.
So what is 100 minus 25? This is, hold on. So 10 minus 5 is 5, and 9 minus 2 is 7. So this is 75%, okay?
Okay.
So that means technically you were not careful with that third one. Otherwise, you would have gotten. And this one you got 70, but you didn't know whether it was kilogram. And it asks you, the question says in grams, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so, all right, I'm going to give you some time to put down your correction while we look at the uh, time, okay, that you're working on in school. How to read the time or tell the time, whether 24-hour clock or analog clock, okay?
Okay.
And we'll also be working on time elapse. So when you're through with this question one and two, let me know so that I'll move it to the third one for you to write the correction. Talking about time, we have the digital clock, we have the analog clock, but today we're focusing on telling the time using the analog clock. So let me share this page with you so that we can make use of this. Can you see this one?
Yeah.
Good. So what we must take note of is this, that this is 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. This is 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and 30. Now, from 1 to 29, we say past. We say 1 minute past the hour. The hour end is on 6. 2 minutes past 6. 3 minutes past 6. 5 minutes past 6. 10 minutes past 6. Quarter past 6 or 15 minutes past 6. 19 minutes past 6. 23 minutes past 6. 28 minutes past 6. 29 minutes past 6. But once it's on days, we have half past 6. What did I call it?
Half past 6.
6. But once it crosses the halfway, you have, once it crosses the halfway, you have to instead of past, okay?
Okay.
To. So it's just one because this is from here, you know, to here is half an hour. Then from the bottom to the top again is also half an hour. So once it's now past the halfway, you you say 1 minute out of the half an hour. That's 29 minutes. You know, half an hour is 30 minutes. So now this is not 1 minute to the next hour, but 29 minutes to the next hour. And after six, the next hour is seven. If you watch this, once it's on 6:30, half past six, the hour hand is directly between 6 and 7. That means any moment it crosses over, it is going towards 7. So this is 29 minutes to 7, 28 minutes to 7, 27 minutes to 7, 26 minutes to 7, 25 minutes to 7. Are you watching this?
Yes.
24 minutes to 7, then 20 minutes to 7, then 15 minutes to 7. Look at this. Can you see this? 10 minutes to
Mm-hmm.
7. Israel, you're not concentrating. That's why I'm asking you. Then 5 minutes to 7. And here, 1 minute to 7. Then when it's no minutes to 7, that's 7 o'clock. And when it keeps going, again, past 7. Past 7 here. Once it's here, it's half past 7, which is 7:30. Then it starts again to 8, to the next hour, to 8, to 8. And once you get here, 8 o'clock. Then past 8, past 8, past 8, past 8, past 8, half past 8, then to 9, to 9. All of these to 9, 10 minutes to 9, 5 minutes before 9, 2 minutes before 9, 1 minute to 9, 9 o'clock. I'm going to give you classwork to do. That's why I'm taking my time to explain this, Israel, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So look at this one. This is 8 minutes past 9. Now, let me ask you, what's the time here?
Uh, wait. 150.
Don't tell me
One fifty
digital,
two.
tell me analog, tell me analog.
Oh. Uh.
Yeah?
The.
You see why
Let me
you need to listen
see.
when I was explaining? Because you were not even looking up at all. You said, oh, it's gonna be 155, it's gonna be 257. No, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about how to read the time, how to tell the time using the analog module. Now you see why you need to listen. This is 8 minutes to 2. Okay?
Okay.
Now I'm gonna give you another one to show me. What's the time here now?
Um. Wait. Uh. No. That is. Wait. I think
Hmm.
that's 16. Wait, 44 minutes to 4.
What do you mean 44
I mean,
minutes to
10.
4? There's nothing
44.
like that. There's nothing like that.
44 minutes to 10.
There's nothing like that. There's nothing like 44 minutes to 10. So let me explain all over, okay?
Okay.
Will you listen now, right?
Yeah.
Now, the time is 9 o'clock here. Once the hour and once the minute hand moves, that is 1 minute past 9, 2 minutes past 9, 5 minutes past 9, 10 minutes past 9. quarter past 9 or 15 minutes past 9, 16 minutes past 9, 20 minutes past 9. So between 1 and 29, you use minutes past the hour. So if I have something like this is 24 minutes past 11 because this is from 1 to 24. 24 counts like 5, 10, 15, 20, and 24. Is that clear?
Yes.
That is 24 minutes past the hour, which is 11. But once it reach midpoint here, this is half, okay? Is that clear?
What? Yeah.
This is halfway. 11 o'clock, 11:30, 30 minutes is halfway. You say half past 11. You say what?
11:30.
Half past 11. So, but the moment it crosses over, if it's halfway past, then it is halfway before. Is that clear?
Yeah.
You are looking at something else, right?
No.
Okay, concentrate. So, half past 11 means 30 minutes
Yeah.
before 12. But we don't say 30 minutes to any hour, no. But we can say 30 minutes, we can say maybe 30 minutes after 11, 30 minutes after. So the moment it crosses, then the 30 minutes that remain has been reduced by 1. That will be 29 minutes to the next hour. What did I call it? 29 minutes to the next hour. Say that.
59 minutes. 29 minutes to the next hour.
What about this one? 28 minutes to the next hour. Say
28 minutes to the next hour.
this one. What is this?
Let me see.
27 minutes to the next hour.
20. Okay.
Say
27 minutes to the next hour.
what about the next one?
28 minutes to the next hour.
26. Open your eyes, sister, and look at it. 26 minutes to the next hour. Say it again.
26 minutes to the next hour.
Then this one.
25 minutes to the next hour.
And this one.
24 minutes to the next hour.
Okay, what is the next hour there at the top?
The next hour is 12.
12. So what is the time here?
11:40.
For what's 11 what?
20 minutes to the next hour.
What's the next hour?
12.
12. Say it again. What's the time?
12.
What's the time?
20 minutes to the next hour.
Must you mention the next hour? What's the time?
11:40.
Which 11:40? Say 20 minutes to 12. That's what I'm expecting you to say. Again?
20 minutes to 12.
So what's the time here?
Let me see. Do you 19, 18, 19, 16. 16 minutes to the next hour.
Correct yourself.
16 minutes to 12.
Okay. What about this?
17 minutes to 12.
How can this be 17?
Not 17. 13 minutes to 12.
Now you can easily count it from the top also to the left. You see 13. So what about this? What's the time here?
10 minutes to the next hour.
What are you saying?
10 minutes to 12.
What about this one?
7 minutes to 12.
What do you call it?
7 minutes to 12.
Okay, what about this one?
5 minutes to 12.
And this one?
Let me see. 2 minutes to 12.
And here, excuse me, here.
1 minute to 12. 1 minute
And what?
to
And
12.
what's the time here?
12.
12 o'clock. So what's the time now?
12 o'clock.
What's the time now?
Wait. 59 minutes to
What are you saying? When I told you that it is past,
1 minute past 12.
uh-huh. Which 59 minutes are you talking about? What about this? Wait. What about this one?
4 minutes past 12.
4 minutes past 12, right?
Yeah.
What about this one?
11 minutes past 12.
11 minutes past 12. So what about this one?
16 minutes past 12.
And what about this one?
24 minutes past 12.
Okay, 24 minutes past 12. What about this one?
25 minutes past 12.
And what about this one?
28 minutes past 12.
What about this one?
29 minutes past 12.
And this one?
30 minutes past 12.
Or you call it what?
Uh,
Half past 12. You call
half
it
past
what?
12.
Half past 12.
Half
So,
past 12.
what do you call this time? What's the time here?
2 minutes past 12.
Okay,
Quarter
or
past.
very good.
Quarter
Quarter
past.
past. What about this one?
30.
Hmm?
33 minutes
Hmm?
past 12.
Did you say 33?
Yeah.
So it's still past 12. It's not to the next hour, right?
33 minutes before
Huh?
11. I mean,
What I
33 minutes before 1.
where did you see 33 minutes?
No. There was the minute hand.
The minute hand. I told you when it reached the middle, you start reducing from 30, one by one, until it remains zero to remove. So what is
Uh,
this?
uh, uh, no, 28, 27 minutes before 1.
27 minutes to 1. That's correct. So what's the time here?
Uh, uh, 20, 27 minutes, 26, 25, 24, 23, 20, 22 minutes before 1.
That's correct. But look at this. You could have counted from the top in fives. Count with me. From 12 to 11. 5, say 5.
5,
Then 10.
10,
I can hear you.
10,
15,
15,
20,
20,
and 22. Okay.
22.
Is that clear?
Yes.
So what's the time here?
Uh, 10, wait, 10, no, 10, 20,
Where I said count from the count from the
16,
top. 5, 10,
17,
5, 10,
17 minutes,
5. Where did you see 17?
17,
Count from the top. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. Count it from the top in 5,
5,
from the numbers.
5, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 minutes before 1
To 1. Learn to say to 1.
to 1.
So what
Okay.
about this? What's the time here?
5, 7 minutes to 1.
Good. So I'm going to give you one now to try. Let's say here now. What's the time?
No, let me see. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 minutes to 4.
18 minutes to 4. That's correct. So don't forget this. I'm going to give you assignment after now. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not giving you classwork. I'm giving you assignment. If I give you assignment and you write 342 for me, I'll give you 0, automatic 0, because it is what's it called? Analog, not digital. Is that clear?
Yes.
So you must put your mind in it. You must do what?
Put your mind in it.
You see, so you're telling me to put my mind in it, or you say I will put my mind on it. You must do what?
No, I should put my mind in it.
So, all right, let's go back to the board while I bring the assignment. So, welcome back from telling the time or reading the time, reading the analog clock and telling time. So, if maybe tomorrow or next lesson or something, we are going to look into time elapsed or elapsed time, okay?
Okay.